to do a skit entitled Sharing God's Way.
Good morning, Jingles. How are you?
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat a whole whale.
Eat a whale? How would you go about eating a whole whale?
Well, that's easy. Just put a little ketchup on them and it's fine.
Well, I think you're being silly.
I'm not being silly, I'm being hungry.
Well, I still don't know of anyone who would eat a whole whale.
Well, I know of a whale that ate a whole Jonah.
That's very true, but that's a different story.
Well, I'm very, very hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Ding-a-ling.
What's this dingling thing?
It's I can't remember.
You're having trouble with your memory today?
Just a little bit. It's one of those knock-knock jokes, only with a bell.
Oh, okay. So go ahead.
Well, ding-a-ling.
Who's there?
Canoe.
Canoe who?
Canoe, test the peanut butter, please. I'm very hungry.
Well, I guess we get the idea that you're hungry. But, thinking about all this kind of food and stuff like that there.
Oh, I wanted to tell you something about Jonah and getting eaten and all.
What?
Well, I can sort of feel like what a whale feels like when he swallows something big.
Now, how would you know about what a whale would feel like?
Well, last Thanksgiving, during the dinner, I swallowed my fork.
You swallowed your fork? Oh, that's terrible. What did you do then?
Oh, I just used my spoon instead.
See, I told you you were being silly.
I'm trying.
You're very, very trying. Well, talking about all this food and stuff like that, it reminded me of a Bible story where a person had to make a very, very difficult decision about sharing with someone else.
Did they have peanut butter to pass it around? I'll take anything.
No, I don't think they had it in those days.
Okay, well, tell me the story.
Well, it takes place in the Old Testament many, 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 many years ago. And God had sent a drought to the country of Israel because of their disobedience.
Well, who's the main guy in this story?
Well, the main guy is Elijah. And he was in the wilderness camping out by a brook because of the drought. And when that stream dried up, God told him to go north and go to this little town called Zarephath. So Elijah obeyed, and he went and in that town, he met a widow.
What was she doing?
Well, she happened to be gathering sticks at the time. And Elijah asked her to give him something to eat.
Well, what did she say?
Well, she explained that she was about to build a fire from those sticks and make her very last pancake for her son and for herself. And after that, there was nothing left to eat in the house. And so she just figured she and her son would die.
Well, that's not a good thing. How did Elijah help?
Well, he did a very strange thing. He told the lady to give him that last pancake.
What? What a jerk. That's not the nice thing to do for a widow and her little son. He was a creep.
Now, wait a minute. Hold it right there. You didn't let me finish.
Well, it better be something good here.
Well, we'll see. He told her if she decided to do that, God would make sure she had enough flour and oil to make enough pancakes to last the whole duration of the drought for those 3 years.
Wow, that would really be something if God did that. But it's kind of unbelievable.
Well, for us, it sure is. But you see, this is where she had a great decision to make. She had to think, well, should I trust Elijah and his God, or should I just go ahead and make it for myself and my son? And she really tried to think it out and finally decided.
Yeah, what did she decide?
She decided she would go with God and with Elijah. So she cooked her last pancake for him and gave it to him for his breakfast.
I still think that's kind of lousy.
Well, let's see what happens. After he had eaten his breakfast, she went back into her kitchen, and guess what? There on her shelf was a bowl full of flour and a jar full of oil.
That is amazing. How did that happen?
Now, come on.
I know. God did it.
That's right. And he kept doing it all those 3 years of that drought, so that Elijah and that widow and her son had something to eat every single day of that drought.
Oh, that is amazing. She was so blessed, wasn't she? Boy, talk about blessing.
That's right. She was a perfect example of Luke 6, verse 38, where it says, "If you give, you will get. Your gift will return to you, full and overflowing, pressed down and shaken together, and enough left over to share with others."
Wow, that is amazing. And she really was blessed that way, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Well, do you want to be blessed?
Do I want to be blessed? Well, everybody wants to be blessed.
Well, I think if you talk to God, I think you're up to a couple pizzas from him, aren't you? Ask for it and see what happens.
Ask for a couple pizzas? I don't think it works that way.
But I'm hungry. I want something to eat.
Well, you're just going to have to wait, and we'll work on something after the service, okay?
Well, all right, but it was amazing that that lady got God to do that, right?
It was amazing, and he will do that with us if we share. And
Hey, I was wondering,
what's that?
do you think she gave any of that flour and stuff to her neighbors?
Gee, I don't know. Bible doesn't say, but I wouldn't put it past her.
Then sharing God's way is a good thing, right?
You should remember that.
I'll try, but I'm still hungry.